Hey everybody, how's it going? We're here with the Timeless reading. Welcome. Okay, we're starting off with 10 of Pentacles. And the Hermit. Ten of Pentacles represents a time of stability. This can be a goal that you're reaching. You can feel like something solid. The Hermit, though, feels like this is being thought about or there's some type of problem solving. So there can be problem solving that's associated with anything having to do with your resources. So this can be, your energy, it can be your inspiration, it can be your finances, it can be your family, stuff that you have some type of, usually this is going to be focused on one thing, like one of those things for you, although they're all technically going to be connected. But you can be trying to figure something out here that has to do with your Ten of Pentacles, which is going to be like, when I have this thing, or like when I achieve this certain status, I feel like I don't have to worry about that. Like things are okay, like things are good. So it can be like, I want to be able to wake up in the morning and feel a sense of clarity rather than feeling so groggy, because then I'm going to feel like I can do what I need to do throughout the day. It can be like those types of things. Anything physically that would be manifested, because we have Pentacles here. So having Hermit is like looking into this, maybe to do some type of problem solving, because this can be like, this is what I need, or this is what I'm aiming for, this is where I am versus where I want that to be. Now how do I like make up the difference? It can be that type of thing that's being figured out. Something, because Hermit is going to be looking for answers, so it means that there's something to address here and there's something to point out, because, you know, like Virgo's going to come through and be like, what's the problem? There's a problem with this. And so it's about naming what that is and then figuring out what to do about it. And the Hermit is a more solitary energy, so this can be something that just concerns you that you're trying to figure out. Can be looking for something, searching. You can even feel locked out right now. Okay, this is about where things are going to be going, like what they're building up into. I'm seeing, okay, the way that this is coming through is like, this is in the middle of the courtyard, and I'm seeing Hermit be on the outside of the building. So it's like shining a light on this, like how do I get inside there? So this is about getting towards whatever this is. You would have something particular in mind here. So you would know what you're looking for, but this can be about problem solving, how to get to it is what this is feeling like. And you can know that it's not going to be an immediate thing. It's going to take like progress and building to get there, but that's sort of the aim. So you could be right now being like, what do I need to do in order to get to that destination? I'm getting a lot of solo energy right now. Maybe you feel like this is something that it's just you working on this. I'm seeing Seven of Swords come up. What this is feeling like is anything that would get in the way of you getting to where you're trying to get. So this can be like anything that could be coming through and intercepting the truth in any way, like intercepting clarity, like clear cognition in any type of way. Anything that would be coming from a space of separation. These can even be thoughts that would take you in the wrong direction. I'm gonna clarify. Who do we want to clarify? I'm gonna clarify Seven of Swords to see like specifically what this could be. Seven of Swords is gonna be something that would like take you away from the truth. Whether one would intend to do that or not, because this can even be like getting bad advice. Or it can be thoughts that you would have that could take you away from that. Anything that would be keeping you from plugging in, connecting. Maybe this is about making sure that your heart space is involved in what you're doing. I don't think that's the only meaning of this though. But I do feel like there's a reminder to be like well-rounded in what you're trying to do, like to not neglect an important aspect of yourself throughout the process. Prioritizing what you're currently investing in, being clear on what you want. Something is going to be going into a time of recovery. For some of you, this is a relationship of yours. It doesn't have to be. That's just one of the examples that's coming through. But there's something about prioritizing what you need, like even on the most basic level or levels. Ten of Swords and Eight of Cups can be something closing out that maybe you wanted to continue, but like you have no other choice than to keep moving. So Ten of Swords, right? Let's say that you're in the middle of doing something and you just feel like you're not done with it, or like you thought you weren't done with it yet, but it's closing out anyway. And so there can be like having a difficult time sort of accepting that that's happening, but also you like the gates are closing and so you can't go back in there anymore, and so you're forced to keep moving. That's what I'm seeing happening. But it can be like the ending of something that felt good to you or felt secure to you. But it can also be something that you're being like closed out from. Like I'm seeing this repeatedly, like with Hermit looking in on something and being like, how do I get in there? How do I get access to that? And then having like the Ten of Swords look like the closing of the gates, and then Eight of Cups is like there's not anything that you can pull from that anymore because you're being blocked off from it to force you to move forward. But it's something that there can be a part of you that's like, I'm still trying to reach for it, but it's almost like when you do it, like goes through your fingers. It's like grabbing like a ghost or something like that, but the Ten of Pentacles, like whatever this thing is, that you may still look at and be like, but that still holds meaning for me, or that's still valuable to me. And it's like as soon as you go to grab it, it like somehow like goes through your fingers. That's what I'm seeing here. So it's like all to push you forward, but there can be a part of you that's still looking back at this like how am I supposed to leave that behind when this still holds meaning for me, when this is still something valuable to me? but it's again like the gate's closing, so I'm seeing you can't go back there. So this feels like having to accept that, like, as much as there's a part of you that may have an agenda of like wanting to go back, you can't. Like it just seems like it's not possible in this situation, and so you have to go forward. It's like it's inaccessible to you at this point, and so no matter how much you want it, it's not gonna like magically make the gates lift. Like they're closed for real, and it's gonna stay like that. Like this is a like final closing call of something. So you can be sitting there like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, where am I supposed to go? After you accept the fact that you can't go back anymore. Part of the reason why you may not have wanted to accept something being over is that it means that you truly have to accept the aspect of the Three of Swords within this. Having to accept the aspect of the Three of Swords means like, I feel pain in moving forward, but you almost have no other choice than to face that. Like, so 10 of Swords are the gates closing, so you can't go back anymore. So it's like this thing is sort of like pushing you forward and you can't go back at all. So it's like pushing you up and out of this situation. And now you're like, wow, I really can't go back there. So it's like the whole acceptance of like, oh, I can't turn back. I have to move forward. But then having Three of Swords, it's like this is where you are now in this space where it's sort of like everything being like sinking in. And then in order to move forward, it's like the Three of Swords is in front of you. So of course you'd want to go back, but you can't. And so you only can go forward, but that means that you have to face the pain that's associated with this. Like it feels like moving forward, there's going to be some type of suffering that has to be faced. But that also means healing too. It means both of those things. Pain and healing, suffering and liberation from the suffering, like all of it. But the part of you that is like, I'm not trying to experience that, can be having a hard time moving forward. Because it means then experiencing something that can feel very challenging to experience. And to like have no other choice to. You've been working on this though, it seems. You're healing. I'm seeing that this is something that you've already put a lot into this. What is this? So I'm seeing you doing something, right? Like something you're meant to be doing, something that's in alignment for you. But I'm also seeing another energy here. Is this about something that already happened? Some of you, the heartbreak was associated with a betrayal of some sort. But needing to come out of that. I'm seeing Aries here and Virgo. Looks like there's a new direction that you're being called to go in. Like something next is coming your way to pull you into the next cycle, the next chapter. It feels like you'll be able to Okay, you have something, you don't have it anymore, but then it like comes back in another form. That's what I'm seeing is going to be happening. But you basically, like, the Fool is coming through to come get you and is like, you have to come with me. But I'm seeing you kind of be in the middle of something, but the Fool is coming through and like yanking your hand and being like, you need to come with me, you need to come with me. What the energy of the Fool is going to be is stuff that would open your mind, stuff that would get you out of what you had been doing before through expansion and exploration. So it's pulling you into a new system essentially, but it can feel like unfamiliar ground that you would be exploring. And you can feel like you're getting interrupted from what you had been doing, but I'm seeing it's time to sort of switch over. So in a way, you can kind of feel like you were in the middle of something, but you could have been investing in something, Seven of Swords, that would have just been like more harmful for you anyway. And so it's pulling you out of that energy. Because Seven of Swords and Seven of Pentacles is something where there could be some type of like mission that you're on. But having it be Seven of Swords, it can be something that doesn't feel fully congruent with light and truth. Because Seven of Swords I see as being like the shadow energy. Not bad. Shadow doesn't mean bad. It just means like stuff that we're not necessarily aware of. And so you could have been investing in something that you weren't in full awareness of what you were investing in, and it was something that was pulling you like further and further into the abyss of darkness. Meaning pulling you into a space that is like deeper, where like the light isn't touching it, you know, like that type of thing, like sending you on some type of incoherent mission. But the Fool is coming through and being like, you don't have to go that way. And I feel like it's interrupting something that you had been doing. I want to see what this Seven of Pentacles is. See, you get your ducks in a row. It's like preparing, and then I'm seeing the Fool show up, but it feels almost like a little bit early. Something about that, something about being in the middle of something and feeling interrupted, or like something coming earlier than anticipated, but it's there to pull you into a new cycle is what I'm seeing. So you could have been like, I didn't finish packing, and you're being pulled into a new cycle. But you're meant to just go with this, because for some of you, you can feel like, I don't feel like I have everything prepared. I don't feel like I have everything ready, but I'm seeing the universe be like, come this way with us. You're like getting ushered into this. So like, just because you had this thought in your mind, like they were supposed to come like 2 days later and they showed up 2 days early, it doesn't mean that they're not on time. It's like, this is the time that you're supposed to be doing this is what it feels like. And I'm seeing you are going to recreate something of value for yourself, like a period in your life where you felt solid, where you felt like you could relax because something was fine. That's what this new cycle that you're entering into, that's what you're being pulled into. Like, you're gonna feel stable in a way that you had before, and it's gonna be like re-manifested, like reimagined, recreated, and it's going to rematerialize, but in a way where you have access to it. Whereas that old thing that you may still be thinking about, you don't have access to that anymore, so you can only move forward. So again, that's why I'm seeing the Fool come and pull you out. But you can be in a situation where you're feeling, I'm hearing lifeless. You can be in a situation right now where you're feeling sort of doubtful. Like something is feeling, you could be worried about something. You could feel like these are not ideal conditions here. Like Five of Pentacles, it can be worried about conditions of something, like worried about tangible things. That can also be feeling, even like internally, something. Five of Pentacles and Queen of Cups can be like, I'm feeling lonely, or I don't feel like I have the support that I need, or I'm not feeling connected the way that I want to feel connected, or like something going on emotionally, like I want something different to be happening, but I'm in these circumstances instead. It can be like that type of thing. I think you're being called to have faith, but there can be a part of you that, because of what you've gone through in the past, it can be hard to maybe believe in this situation, believe in what you're being called into. But it is about continuing to do what you're doing. Yeah, I'm seeing Six of Wands and Seven of Pentacles, which means that something that you would know is right for you to be investing, because this is for the sake of important things within your life and also feels related to your future, that this would be something that would work out for you. Six of Wands shows something going your way where you like actually achieve what you're trying to achieve. And Seven of Pentacles has to do with something that you're currently putting the work into. It feels like, again, to keep you moving forward and not go backwards. Something about that is really important here. Like, I don't know if something is attempting to resurface, or if this is just like mentally needing to tell yourself like we can't go back there, so you can only move forward. But I'm seeing it be something along the lines of this. Some of you, this has to do with a relationship. Like there's no going back to repeat, but the feeling of something can repeat, but in a like newly manifested form, like that type of thing. So it's not going to be the same exact thing. It will be that thing like reimagined in the present moment. So it's not like a past memory or anything like that. It'll be something that you'll presently have tangibly to experience. Having Emperor and having the Fool is about something that, this can be like making a serious decision or making a serious commitment when it can feel like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Because, right, the Emperor is you making decisions about your life where you're like, this holds deep significance for me. This is something that matters. This is something that will impact me later on as well. And so it's something that is going to hold like a lot of importance to you and your life and how you want to experience your life. The Fool is going to be you doing it, bringing something new in, where you can be like experiencing something new or going for something new. So let me just use an example, because we have the Emperor and the Fool here. It can be like, I'm going to now start a business. I've never started a business before, but I'm going to take a chance on this because this is something that could be a lasting thing for me, and that's what I want to do. It can be something like that. That's just an example. There are lots of different things that this can be. It can be like, I'm going to get married. You know, it's going to be something that feels like a big thing within your life. But having the Fool here can be like, but I've never really done this before, and so it's going to be a time of experimenting, of figuring something out, of exploration, because this is something that you would feel, this is sort of you like breaking newly into this area, whatever area this is. And it's something that seems like it would reap tangible results for you too. And it's happening because something else is closing out, and so now like a new energy is being brought in, but it can be something that's like different than what you had been doing before, maybe different than what you expected yourself to be doing, or just something that's not the usual for you. And it can be something that you don't have a whole lot of experience with this thing, but your past experience will be useful as far as skill sets to apply to this thing that maybe you don't know a whole lot about, like that type of thing. Don't let nostalgia get in the way of you moving forward, because I'm seeing you really work through something major here. All right, everybody, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.